That was perfect timing. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Avenue Studios and welcome to our themed collaboration, January Jaunt. I'm Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and digital dice to tell a good story. As always, let me know, there it is, how sound resounds in your ears tonight. I'm playing around a little bit, so we'll see. I'm actually going to turn up that lovely voice you just heard just a tad. So, real quick, I forgot to do this last stream of AfterQuest. I'm adjusting things as I talk. Forgive me for not looking you in the eye. We have to shout out 3 new supporters we have gained that have joined the Forest family. First, I'm shouting out Blitz. Thank you so much for joining. And then I'm going to mix it up because we have 2 supporters with similar names. Arison, thank you so much for joining the Force family. And last, most surprising of all, is Roll for Combat, Mr. Stephen Glicker. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Rex. Rex hears and sees us. Roll for Combat's in our chat, and we're very excited to do some more stuff with them very soon, hopefully, if things work out. And yeah, we also... Oh, I got to shout out Chris and Nathan, 2 of our other supporters, also up their support tiers to become part of the Kingmaker campaign. I think one of the lovely individuals with us. Yeah, I was going to say someone had something to do with that. Thanks, Lulu. I'm very excited. They've been posting their characters they've been making with Jake. Of course, Jacob will not be joining us tonight, so you're going to have to put up with me as the GM because he just had a baby last night. I mean, his wife had a baby last night. So shout out to Jacob and Mush. I think he's in the chat, or he was at the beginning. So we'll see how this goes. We are playing. At some point. Yes. We are. I'm actually going to pop over to everybody now. Speaking of, we have some awesome guests with us today. I'm going to adjust one window while the great Mustache. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. Check out openlegendrpg.com. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Just, chilling.
That's hopefully what we do with our January Jaunt Slice of Life game.
Well, given the time frame, I gotta chillax,
Nice. We are shooting for 90s-esque here. Speaking of 90s folk, Mr. Adam from the Uniplanar Crossroads. Welcome, sir.
What are you trying to insinuate, Dan? I'm not from the 90s.
No,
I am from the 80s. That's
true.
That's the 90s are a pale imitation of the 80s culture. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just throwing that out there. Come at me, 90s kids.
Can't beat your highlighter pink.
Weird flex, but all right.
Speaking of, our Australian representative, Lulu Leukemia, thank you so much for joining us and for being a supporter. I'm really excited to see what you're going to do tonight.
Thank you for having me. It's probably going to be a lot of nonsense because, yeah, well, it's me.
You're going to fit right in. Look at Jake. Jake's typos are class A typos right now. Oh, I gotta shrink things down here. Hold on, guys, just a second. While I fix that.
I mean, your guests are quests in of themselves, so.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get that chat to fit. So, without further ado, let's play some Everyday Heroes. I did put it up in the chat too, but in the link below, this is Everyday Heroes from Evil Genius Games, a 5e variant we're going to be using tonight. So, to start, we're actually going to do a little collaborative storytelling. Let's introduce our characters first, actually. Why don't we just go in order? Great Mustache, Adam, and then Lulu. Tell us about your characters.
They are a character. Yeah, I'm playing George Kruskin, who is a student athlete. So he's super strong, the strongest in the world, clearly. At least in his own mind and world. He is a bit of a daredevil as well as a student athlete. So, he's super good at all the sports balls. Or I guess in this case, pucks.
Sports pucks.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's got that daredevil in him. So he likes to, that's why he's currently, well, I guess you guys can't see that. He's currently on top of the roof, because at the edge, because that's where it's at, lunch break. Gotta go eat lunch on top of the. So Yeah, that's Kruskin.
Beautiful. And yeah,
He'll be your jock today.
Some person in chat saying he has a hot girlfriend or something. I don't know what he's talking about. But...
Yeah, he's mush.
I didn't even see the chat. I don't know which one it's on.
I mean, George is the bomb, so.
The bomb. Well done. All right, Adam, who are you playing tonight, sir?
Well, I hadn't played him before, so I decided to play Tats, though this is not the normal Tats. So, I'm hoping this goes all right. I haven't played a bard-like character in a while. So, he is kind of that. He's an icon, is what his class is, and stuff like that. But he's called Tats because he has, well, they're not permanent tattoos. He couldn't commit to one single design that he liked, so he just decided to use things, some semi-permanent stuff from his Polynesian background, and his family's from back that way, so he decided to import some of those designs, as well as incorporating things from maybe some indigenous tribes here in Canada. I think is where we're playing this.
Ish.
At Maple High School.
Yes.
So that's who I'm playing, is Tats, and we'll see how this goes. But I'm gonna play up the art part. That's what I'm gonna do, because I don't know about this banter stuff.
Yeah.
So
I love it. All right, and last but not least, Lulu, what do you got tonight?
I'm playing 𝙏𝙬𝖏𝒐𝒏𝒂. She is an emergency services character who apparently has multiple concealed carry permits.
Spiritual weapons.
Spiritual concealed carry permits. A couple of first aid kits, so we'll be mostly supporting and ranging.
Beautiful.
She's going to be the quiet kid in school.
That's perfect. And
it is a bit suspicious about these concealed carry permit, these spiritual concealed carry permits. The thing that seemed to be dispensing them is an owl, and I'm not sure that's the best level of authority to decide who should and shouldn't get spiritual weapons.
Owl too, with those lifeless eyes. So, actually, speaking of that, I'll introduce a little of the setting here. So we are playing in an anime-esque setting of a high school. I've been joking, it's in Anywheresville, Canada-ish. We're looking kind of like the 90s. And these guys are seniors in high school. They have found that they have a rare ability to see into the spiritual realm, and they can access some of those powers by using some kind of totem focus. And they have been trying to keep at bay demons from the other side that want to come in, and the demons latch on to people with strong emotions or who are having some kind of inner turmoil or hard times in their lives, will attach to them and take them over and try to, wreak havoc in Maple High. So we are coming up on this is middle of the senior year, and there's a big hockey game coming up. Of course, George is one of the star hockey players on the team, and it's coming up on Friday night. And we're going to lean heavy into some collaborative storytelling and talk about slice of life. What does the week look like for you guys? And we're going to form a challenge event out of that. However, after a couple rolls, the barn owl that's been your spirit guide that's brought you things will show up and tell you that there's a disturbance in the spirit realm. Something might be coming to keep a look at. But to start... Yes. The dark side. What are you guys... What's a day in the life of Maple High for the three of you look like? And we'll go in order. We'll start with Mustache, go Adam, and then Lulu.
Well, gotta introduce, hang out with the girlfriend, you gotta drive her to school in my muscle car. So,
nice.
Got my muscle car and my car stuff.
That is an item.
So, yeah. So, driving around, pulling the parking lot, revving the engine a little bit, and, gotta, make sure, everybody's got to see the make out in the car before we get out of the car, as we get out. And
your vibe
is always embarrassed.
Yeah. Yep. JP's
And
nailing
then,
this, right, Jake?
Always carrying around my hockey stick,
Mhm.
even though it makes no sense. It's always with me because it's special. You can't part me from it because
Right.
it's a family heirloom hockey stick. Right. So that's why I
Yes.
got special permission to go around with it.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
he talked with who was it? The principal. He talked with Principal Riker.
Principal
Yeah,
Riker.
yeah.
Yes.
I may or may not have bought him some mustache jewelry that helped, tip him over the edge on that decision.
That's awesome. Little flattery, bribery goes a long way.
Yeah, just a little.
So what, unless you have any kind of thing you think for your first roll for the challenge event, I'm going to be using the challenge event to determine, one, how the hockey game goes, and also the flavor of the spirit you're going to battle against in the boss battle, and then also if you guys have any advantages or disadvantages if you get a surprise round ahead of time. So that's what's at stake here. We're going to shoot for 10 successes, 5 failures. I might cut it short depending on time, but we'll just have fun with it. I'm leaning towards you. Maybe you've arrived late because you were making out too long and you got to deal with the hallway monitor.
Well,
Or do you have something
since
else?
my muscle car, maybe I could roll vehicles.
You want to roll? Okay, let's do it.
How well I drive into the place and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. It's going to determine how you handle traffic out here. Or maybe we're out in Canada. There might be deer running
If
across
I
the road or
avoid
something.
the moose.
Yeah, moose. There we go.
Avoid the crossing moose. Hey.
Crossing moose. There's always one, and he's been there for years.
Do I get any advantage or modifier here since I've got the girlfriend with me? She assisting or?
Oh, roll your charisma to see if she's assisting or is a distraction.
Love
We'll give it
advantage.
We'll give a DC 12 on it.
All right. My +0. At least it's not a -1.
There you go. She's looking real good right now. It's a little hard to keep your eyes on the road.
Okay.
And she is scolding you to do so. Dad is
You're
a
experiencing a
mountain.
car accident.
We
All right,
15.
got a 15.
That's a success. All right, we got one success. Ding ding. Yeah, I should do a pen here and just. It's gonna let me write.
Yeah, what happens is the moose comes out and I kind of avoid, but I do a sick drift. And
I love
and
that.
As I'm doing it, I go booyah.
I'm so satisfied.
I think we're mixing decades here.
That's all right.
But that's
Right?
okay. The 90s blend into the 2000s just like because the 90s aren't spectacular.
Absolutely. Ironically enough, I got lots of hand-me-downs from my older cousins, so I was wearing all 80s clothes during the 90s. So it all blends together in the end. All right, that's our first success. That's beautiful. We did have a rumble rant from Mr. Wolf XZ190. Unfortunately,
He's a
your
Mountie.
girlfriend's dad is a Mountie. I think with that
Did
success,
he see that drift?
he got a success. So
Okay.
I'll let you guys decide if he saw it and thought, all right, or he didn't see it. What do you think, Mustache?
Someone's getting scolded
Probably
later.
didn't see it.
He didn't see it. All right, that's probably good.
Now the real question here is he a Mountie or is he a vehicle Mountie?
That's true.
It wasn't specified,
see.
so
It wasn't
maybe we get to
specified.
pick.
Yeah, go for it.
We
Jake, I
we
know
all
it's
know
you.
Mush would want her dad to ride a
Yeah,
horse.
you're right.
Oh,
You're right. All right.
Can I pat that dog?
I think Jake says horse.
Sorry, my dog's
Oh,
walking past.
Oh,
I forgot I forgot to click the talk on.
Yeah, I thought you were just making a joke. Her dad's just like, big dog.
I mean, it worked out.
It really did. Awesome. All right, first success. Adam, what is Tats up to for the beginning of the week? First day of
Let me
school of the
see.
week.
First day of school of the week. Well, he probably had to. I'm not sure if he plays with. Nah, he probably doesn't play with Krusk on it. So he's probably going to be keeping himself in shape a little bit. And so he's been. It's the middle of the school year. So he has been jogging to school.
That's perfect. All right. Can you get to school on time? Do you want to do for that? Or are you thinking something else that would pop up for you?
Well, I was thinking about endurance.
Yeah, okay. I love that.
Because that's what he's kind of training.
Yeah. Let's do it up.
So
It's going to be DC 12 to start here on a Monday morning. Early
on a
run.
Monday, he's probably having to do an early run because he wants to get there early in case something's up, because maybe it's been quiet lately
I like that.
and he's kind of bored and he needs some more inspiration for some sick tattoos that he needs to put on.
That's awesome.
He's getting bored with his current set of tattoos, so he needs to put some new on, but he wants some inspiration for it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Success. All right, there's 2 successes. Very nice. Mouse tally marks. That's awesome. I love that. Let's set that as a precedent. That has been maybe a month or 2 since you guys have heard from the Spirit Barn Owl. Everything's really normal. It almost feels weird to you guys because you're so used to every once in a while having to deal with something secretly and not let anyone know. The school reporter, Lulu, is always around because he's pretty sure you guys are up to something. He's always trying to catch you. So it's always been this kind of cat and mouse game with the school reporter, but it's been pretty chill. Even Lulu's laying off the trail on you guys because not much has happened.
That's not going to get confusing.
Nope, not
No.
at all. I did use all supporter names in our thing. Thanks,
I was
Lulu.
really confused there for a moment.
You're welcome. I was too. I was like, wait, am I supposed to be doing something?
No.
Am I playing 2 characters? What's happening here?
We got Principal Riker, for those in the know. Coach Sammy, that's another supporter. Dr. Rex Gustafar, for those who watch The Forest Forge, you know why that happened. Chris W. is our hallway monitor. Michelle Mush. Miss Aralini is the lunch lady, another supporter. We got Lulu, the school reporter, and Miss Jensen is the school nurse. People who know, that's my wife's maiden name, so we're having some fun. Of course, throw an NPC at me if you guys need. What was the run like for Tats? He's getting there perfect time, plenty of time to hit the showers as well, if that's what he does.
Well, he's probably just taking the run. Maybe he goes in for the school breakfast. He runs in before school for the school breakfast for family reasons, maybe. And he
I like that.
comes into the lunchroom, and maybe he gets to, not under the table in a bad way, but just kind of behind the scenes help the lunch lady.
That's cool. I love that.
He plays it really tough, but he's a softie inside.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. All right. Moving on to Chiba. What is Chiba up to on this Monday morning?
Aside from driving to school, because I have bad athletics and endurance. So
I mean, you
she's
can
gonna
take
drive
the
Oh,
to school.
bus.
She also has high wisdom. It's like, what? Why waste
Yeah.
the energy?
Yeah. Why would I bother walking to the bus stop when I can just drive?
What's her
Drive to
car
the end of
like
the driveway.
compared to the muscle car for George? What's Chiba got?
It's got mechanics in that, so in my head I've got a janky Toyota Corolla.
I love that.
I drove one of those.
So she constantly patches it up a little bit. It's rough looking.
So
It's got
good.
paint peeling, some rust spots.
Lots of
It
personality.
backfires from time to time.
Yes.
Tats is constantly telling her, I can fix that bodywork on that. It's not that hard, eh?
Yeah. I'll get around to it when I can. So she'll drive to school. She'll get there early and that, and she'll probably be studying up a little bit on medicine and books, and possibly hanging out with the nurse, because I believe she's looking at becoming a doctor, maybe. She's got a profession in emergency services, so she's got an interest in medicine. Probably doing part-time nursing.
Awesome. All right, let's roll one of your intelligence skills then. Maybe you arrived early at school and you're working with the nurse on something, maybe trying to learn something new. Anything Nurse Jensen can teach you.
It's medicine for that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty.
And DC 12. Oh,
12.
jeez. Now,
it's good she's learning.
Right. Now, you can take the fail if you want, and you'll get an inspiration because you have a feature that allows you to re-roll an intelligence check once per one time. You got to take the re-roll if you want to do that, or I'll give you an inspiration for just taking the fail.
Yeah, no, I'll take the fail. She is learning.
All right, cool.
Let's
do. Whoops. Hold on. To my Windows. Success.
Just grabbed a heat pack instead of a cold pack.
Yes, I love that. Nurse Jensen is like, no.
They look similar, but read them.
You need to take your time, dear. You got to actually take the time to read. Beautiful. All right, that's our first failure. All right, back around to the top. Let's move on. Either you can pick something that happened Monday, or maybe let's look at Tuesday now. The next day, nothing else really happened. School goes as normal, and we're coming into the next day, getting closer to the Friday game. What's going on for George?
So I think, he knows that Tats has been, trying to physically improve himself. So maybe at lunchtime, he takes him up to the roof and is like, all right, a good way to work your upper body and give you the proper motivation to not let go. And then he hangs off the front of the building, like the edge of the building. Yeah. And so he's doing pull-ups with like 3 stories or 4 stories below him where he could fall. It's like, this is how you do, because if you let go, it's not going to be a good day. You just do it like this.
There's no option but success. I love this.
So you're saying the adrenaline is what I need then, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Just, don't fail.
You got apparently.
My question is, does Tats join in, or is he just watching for now?
Tats just watching. Tats is humoring George. He's like, yeah, okay.
There's probably, because the stairs that come up to the roof, that's a raised portion that you could just do it there, and then you just have 2 feet to drop down.
Okay, nice.
That's not where he's doing it, but that's where Tats could do it.
Yeah.
If you haven't built yourself up yet to do it over the side of the building, you can just do it right here.
All right, spin me a tail there, George. What are we rolling?
Athletics. I mean.
Okay, sounds good.
Makes the most sense.
It's a pull-up. It might be a little higher. We're going to do a DC 15 on this, I think. 14. Let's make it 14.
Now, I don't know. I guess this isn't playing a sport. Well, it is in a way, because it's like it's also feeding into his Daredevil. Yeah, he has the thing where he gets advantage if it's a sport. So it's the sport of living.
Life is a sport. No, I love that. Rex is up to something here. All right, go ahead and roll that athletics. I love it. Sports applies definitely for that feat. Thank you for the rumble, Rex. We are definitely going to bring that in.
I rolled a 2 on both.
Oh my word. All right.
On both dice, it was a 2.
Now, I don't want to kill George yet.
Well, so I guess this is my challenge. This is my challenge then.
Sure.
So I'll play into this. He's up there trying to show Tats how to do it. Tats is going to try and he sees him slipping a little bit, and Tats is going to try and grab him really quick.
Okay.
So that he can get his hands again. So
I think,
is that going to be
a car catching fire maybe distracts me.
That's actually a really good idea. Sure. We'll have to roll for that here.
And see whose car it is.
Yeah, 1, 2, George. Well, actually, does Tats have a car at all, or?
No, he doesn't have a car.
Okay, so we'll do 1, 2, George. 3, 4 is Chiba, and then 5, 6 is some random other person in the parking lot. Okay.
Lucky.
Better not be my muscle car, Rex.
That was close. All right. So we'll stick with the DC 14 there, Tats.
Do you just want a dexterity check, or would you prefer something else?
I mean, if you can spin me a tail on one of your skills, I'm down for it. Otherwise, yeah, we'll probably go with how quickly you can get there.
Maybe
George will have
acrobatics.
strength.
Acrobatics to, flip over there or something.
That's
I don't
true,
know.
because he is doing pull-ups on the other side. I'm cool with that.
Well, it's all that running. He's gotten faster. It's all that running to school. So let me see. Public roll.
I'm also going to roll to see what NPC's car.
Oh,
Nat
nice.
20.
Natural 20. Critical.
That's 2 successes, right?
2 successes, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
George is hanging there, and he's like, you hear this boom in the parking lot, and I don't know, maybe it's close enough that he gets a little bit of the shock from it. It pushes him a little bit, and he loses his handling.
Mm-hmm.
But Tats runs over there real quick and grabs him, and just looks at him and says, "Maybe not at school." Yeah.
Real quick, I just rolled for which NPC's car burst on fire. It was Mush's car. which is perfect. So roleplay it a little bit up there. Maybe let's bring Chiba in. How does Chiba get involved in this scene with the explosion and the... Obviously, we're going to have to roll for what happens with the school on Wednesday, but... Fire department's coming, and...
She might have been hanging back, reading up on the mechanical book because her car's been playing differently, kind of judging slightly as everyone's making noise, distracting her, and then she might have a slight freak out when the car explodes. Like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Now,
well,
is she...
there's always that thing, like, is this something that's happening on the spirit side, or is this something that's happening on our side?
Very cool. Very good question.
Ooh. Should we investigate on that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Roll it up.
Investigation.
Yeah, I think what happens is there's that explosion, and he looks, and then out of the corner of his eye, he sees which car it is. Because it's probably also happened to be, like, parked right next to Mush, too, so that means his muscle car is at risk.
It's a risk. He always does takes up 2 parking spots, though,
Yeah, well, of course. Well, because, he needs a separate parking spot for his hockey stick, too.
Yes.
Well, see, there's probably a parking spot for the star hockey player, and then one right beside it. So he just takes both out of habit. Is that what it is?
Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
That sounds good.
All right, DC 14 on an investigation check for Chiba. Let's see what we get. Oh, yeah. Okay. Another success. We're halfway to success there. All right, so this is the perfect time then. As the explosion happens and you freak out for a second, and then you take this moment. This would be a fun way to talk about how does she kind of activate that sight to be able to see into the spirit realm? How does she focus in and activate that?
I didn't really get a chance to think about this.
To just throw you on the
Probably
spot.
looking at the car exploding, seeing the flames, maybe noticing it's not really a natural occurrence. There wasn't any indication, noise for it to be a mechanical failure.
Mm-hmm.
And she might, I don't think how it would activate, besides just saying, I don't know, it just kind of happens.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Not
it's anime. You
100%
can
sure.
lean into it if you want.
Right. And it could be something where you didn't even want to be pulled in. So maybe it's more of a question of how does she center herself in that? Because as you guys enter, you're seeing all kinds of things, because there's gateways and doors sometimes that appear and things flitting, because there's not all the spirits are evil, not all the demons are evil, because we're going with that anime style of demons where it's just a lot of spiritual beings. So you can see all kinds of strange things when you look into the
So
spirit realm.
as all the things sort of start appearing, she kind of realizes what's going on and sort of focuses in on it, maybe thinking it's a sign, something she should be taking notice of.
Mm-hmm.
So and she'll squint her eyes.
Yes, I love it.
Focus and adjust her glasses.
Anime style, the background changes to just some kind of color gradient.
Yeah, that white line comes up behind like something's rushed past.
Yes. As this happens and Chiba's looking in, you catch sight of what seems to be some kind of wisping energy that's around Mush's car, and then it gets sucked away as if it was reaching and grabbing and clawing to get out, and then it gets sucked back into the spirit realm and disappears from your sight. You definitely know something's trying to reach out. In this moment, all three of you are kind of sucked in to the spirit realm sight, and there's this moment where time slows down in the real world, and the white barn owl appears to you all. It's very large, probably half George's height. And let's real quick talk about for Tats and then George, how you guys center yourselves whenever your sight is suddenly activated.
I think in that moment, what happens first is, the hand's reaching down, so I grab Tats, and then I put my foot on the head of the owl to push myself up onto the...
Like this majestic glide in.
Yes!
You saw slow-mo, and then he's like, oh, cool. Oh.
Yes,
Cool.
Do the anime scramble with the arms and legs after that. That's awesome. But what is it for you guys then to center yourselves?
Well, for Tats, he probably gets this sharp little pain in his back, and then he knows that something's changed, because let's say his for part of his spiritual oversoul thingy-mabobber, his tattoos glow in the spirit realm, and so that's what kind of sets him off as that spreads from his back, and he starts to watch for that. And it keeps him focused.
Turned into a glow stick.
Yeah.
That's how Chiba sees it. Unbelievable. How about for George?
I think George is just completely oblivious and oftentimes doesn't realize that he's in the spirit realm. I think subconsciously he grabs his hockey stick, which is always on him. It was on his back while he was doing the pull-ups.
Nice.
So he just unconsciously swings it out and is just acting like they're still just on top of the roof during school.
I love that. So then the scene would be, Chiba, you're focusing very intently on this dark spirit that's reaching out. This is the dark demon that's trying to claw its way into reality. And the majestic barn owl with the massive wingspan comes flying in and lands and is about to speak, and the foot just comes in and presses his face away. George! And instead of him getting this glorious moment, George comes standing up and putting his hockey stick down as this whale-like spirit kind of splashes into invisible water and swims away. Should have been a glorious moment for the owl, but George looks great.
I love the idea that he gets half a word out and then a foot hits him in the head.
Yes. God.
So the spirit realm, it's like a little bit of a different color now.
I like that. Yeah.
So yeah, George's like, man, that fire's messing up with my vision.
We should probably
No,
extinguish
George.
that.
It's the owl again, George. It's the owl, man.
Not the owls.
Man. Jake's causing you guys trouble. We got a rumble rant. There will be a disadvantage at some point here.
Yeah.
Focus point. Okay, cool. So yeah, as you guys are trying to bring George back in, the owl says, test his beak, make sure it's okay. Guardians, focus. There is some...
There's an owl talking.
George.
It's the same owl, George.
It's me.
Oh, my bad.
The little sweat icon on the side.
He's just fed up with that shit already.
Chiba, I know you saw it. Something is reaching and just trying to manifest itself. Beware.
What do you want me to do about it?
Use the gifts you are given. Focus. Keep your eyes peeled, both in real world and the spirit life.
She opens her purse and pulls out the 38 like this.
Glowing, wispy, slightly see-through gun. If the time calls for it, yes. For now, we watch and wait.
Oh, okay. She's gonna put it back into her purse.
Patience. Quiet patience is always the value of a guardian. Perhaps it will be pulled back, but I fear that something has been waiting. It has been so quiet. Have you not all noticed? Something is brewing underneath the surface. Be ready. Be watchful. And
I think like as he's like finishing those last few words, I think George goes up to the edge that he had just been hanging on and like spiritualizes the hockey stick, you know, and like swings it around and like yells really loudly, like, you know, come on, demon, bring it on.
Calm down, Obi-Wan, don't Nobi.
I love that as you guys transition back into fully real world. As he's shouting that, the fire truck's coming in, and Principal Riker looks up from the floor. George, I told you to stop hanging out on the roof. Get down.
Riker, your mustache is looking glorious today. It's catching the sun perfectly.
Thank you,
She's gonna
son.
sigh and roll her eyes.
Please be careful and come down. We're gonna have to close the school for the day.
I think the others see like George is like looking down, like trying to calculate could he jump off the roof right now?
Tats would just kind of
Aim for the bushes.
pat his back and just kind of push him around. And I have come to realize after these two challenge events that despite Tats being a bard, he's still playing the straight man. So he's the straight man in this trio of anime individuals. So he actually looks down and really does focus. And it just does that quiet look, and then he turns away after looking at the fire.
Awesome. I love that. All right, then if you guys, so in this next round of the challenge event, you can choose whether you're handling something in real life or you're trying to focus in the spirit realm. And if you focus in the spirit realm because of the success and the Tats character transformation, we'll give one advantage on this round to spirit realm decisions if you want. Okay, sorry. I blew up a window and it blocked everything. So, all right. So
the cars, now the windows.
Yeah. The school is kind of chaotic. Tuesday, no classes done. Everyone has to go home. It's the talk of the town in Anywheresville of the car just randomly, spontaneously combusting. Fires put out.
Which is the Mountie's daughter's car.
Yes.
It's a pretty big
That's
deal.
it.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. You're so right. There's an investigation being launched. People are looking into tampering. You guys could try to pry some info from Mush or find out if there's anything else they're coming across. So anything you can think of. But Wednesday, school's back open. Parking lot's clear. Muscle car is okay. Might have to have Tats look at the paint job just to make sure it's still good. And
yeah, he might have rippled the paint.
Yeah, a little bit. And then Wednesday is the big practice day. You're usually doing double sessions for hockey practice there on Wednesdays. So what is everybody up to on this Wednesday, hump day for school?
Well, Chiba might be trying to do some investigating and see like what happened to the car, make sure it was the spirit thing and it wasn't just a random occurrence. The spirit came through at the same time.
Very cool.
Sussing it out. The hours
Yeah.
like, be careful, keep wise, keep an eye on things.
Let's see. Spin me a tale because you have rolled an investigation already. So what other skill set would you utilize there?
She's investigating the car, maybe for mechanical knowledge, see
Sure.
if it was mechanical failure.
Yeah, I love that idea. I think Chiba probably has volunteered at different places and gets access to a lot of places.
Doing shop
Because
class.
there's also an
anime.
Yes.
You know, George threw mush.
Yeah, that's true too. Absolutely.
It was 16.
16, that's a success. Beautiful. All right. Do.
So I have a thought. And you said an advantage to a spiritual thing, right?
Yep.
So what I kind of want to do is use that, like, I want to use Streetwise to like kind of investigate, but use it like kind of investigating the spiritual world. Except again, he didn't realize that he entered it, but like he was, really thinking about it, and then suddenly he's like, there. So,
Right.
however that might work, but like, so I want to take the advantage, and then I want to take the disadvantage from the mascot, because he like gets surprised by the mascot and he just decks it.
I love everything about this. Absolutely.
So like he's walking around the streets like trying to gather information both like in the real world and in the spirit world, and the mascot surprises him and he's just wham. It's like those prank things where they're like a bush and they come out or something.
Yes.
And somebody reacts with like, so he just
I wonder
like
if it's
decks.
it's a running joke that the mascot's always trying to scare the players. But this time it does not go well.
So he just decks them, and because he's so focused, he just keeps walking and doesn't even like think twice about the fact that he just decks somebody.
I love it. Real quick, I think just for the fun of it, Lulu, can you roll a d20 to see if you get a nat 20? Because you would have had advantage on. That was more of a focus on Spirit Realm.
Yes, D20.
It's a success no matter what, but we'll see if you get a nat 20. Not to put the pressure on you.
I'm just 366.
Nice, perfect. Okay, continued success. All right, so advantage for George, and then we'll come back. We'll do everybody's rolls, and then we'll kind of make a little story moment out of all of this.
Well, I don't have advantage because the advantage
Right,
and
the
the disadvantage
mix.
cancel out.
Yes, sorry. I absolutely love that. Okay.
It was an 18 and it rolled to a 4.
It was.
Story of my life.
George, yeah, Kruskin is not rolling well today.
It's tough. It's your girlfriend's car.
I know,
Blew
yeah.
up.
That's probably
Unbelievable.
why he decked the
Yeah, he needs to hit somebody.
mumbling about paint job, has to
Well-
stupid bubbling up paint.
What
Thing
supporter
is,
should
too,
we
he's gonna
make?
have to. He's
Oh, sorry,
gonna have
go
to
ahead.
face that mascot during the game. So
Right. Well, I was
If
gonna
he
say,
remembers.
Good after in
What-
the game.
what supporter should we name the kid who does the Maple Leaf mascot after? Who should we name that?
It's just Ryan.
It's Ryan. Okay. Shout out to Ryan on Bomb Squad. That's awesome.
Now this is the Maple Leaf our mascot? What's our mascot?
Yeah,
Well, our
'cause
our
we're Maple
school is
High.
Maple Leaf High. Yeah. So
Okay.
could be
Yes.
that.
I
You can go
figured it
full
was.
on moose if you want, or you can go like if you really want to be extra mean, you could go goose instead of moose. But
Ooh, not the goose.
Sorry,
Even
my head
Canadians
just
hate
went to
Canadian
monster
geese.
making a goose moose combo, horrible monster like a moose.
I think I've seen one of
a
those
moose
before.
Pegasus that's goose wings. Anyways,
Moosesis.
disregardless.
It's still got the moose nose, but then at the end is a beak.
Yeah, I got that goose beak and it hisses and everything.
It's so bad. I'm sorry to derail. That just really cracked me up.
That's just taking notes.
Tats, what are you doing? Speaking of,
Since Tats is the more serious one, he's according to Empress Mezzo, he's got a motorcycle, an old Harley that he's
Yes.
working on at this house. But in between that,
thank you, Katie.
he's been. Well, technically, it was Zoe.
Oh, was
Zoe.
it? Well done, Zoe.
Yes. I guess she thought the tatted up guy should have a motorcycle. So he's trying to slowly fix that up, but he just can't focus on it right now. So he's, since we don't know, we're just playing the characters, and the characters don't know about the professor. He's going to talk to Professor 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅, or not professor, to Teacher 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅, Mr. 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅.
It's Doctor, please, Tats. That's not your real name, is it?
Sorry, Doc. I'm just concerned about the things that are happening, and I don't know. Is there? You ever had anything strange happen to you, Doc?
Oh. Well, yes, I suppose we all have, haven't we? Well, that's part of the reason I became a scientist, in fact. What's troubling you?
Just different stuff. Different things. I'm concerned about things going on with the school and the other kids. I'm not big on counselors, but maybe sometime we can set aside some time and talk, maybe?
Of course. I'm not very big on them either. Fake degrees and everything. But yes, no, of course, anytime. Just let me know. I'd be happy to help.
All right, and I'd like to roll insight now to see just how much he divulges.
Sure, let's do it.
Picks up.
Yeah.
And it's spiritual realm stuff that he's about to investigate. So.
Okay.
So advantage.
Ooh. Avoided the nat 1. Okay. But man, we're at 4, guys.
So what he does is Tat's trying to really think about things, but he knows he's not as smart as 𝙏. But 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅's pretty smart. Mm-hmm. And he says, I saw the necklace you wear, and, I think I've seen stuff like that before. Could you point me in the right direction to know more about that? I'm kind of trying to figure some things out.
Oh.
And he's referencing back to the religious necklace that he has from character creation.
Yeah.
But he's in the vulnerable position right now.
Yes. I'd be happy to. I'll give you a list of places to look up. You can probably use the school library computer, and and of course, if you have any more questions about it, never feel afraid to ask.
Thanks, Doc. And he actually does extend his hand. That he's got fake tattoos on it right now, all over it, but
nice.
He extends his hand to shake it.
Shakes his hand. Not as strong as Tats would like, but he shakes it. Smiles, pats him on the shake, and lets him go. I love that. So Tatzel on this next round is going to have a disadvantage if he does any spiritual type roll.
Okay.
So Dr. 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅 will give you some information. It's definitely directing you towards influencing you into the way he sees things. So no tricks or lies, but very specific information that might influence the way you perceive the spirit realm and your role in the spirit realm.
Gotcha.
Cool. That's awesome, guys. All right, we are 4 away from a success on the challenge event. 1 away from failure. Of course, we still get to the boss battle. This just determines how things kind of start in the boss battle. So, now let's see. That was, however, I'm going to do a little thing. Shout out to Van Gogh from the Open Legend Discord. I want to do a little bit of an opportunity event because we did have more successes than failures so far, and total by count. So let's actually, I'm going to give it to Tats when he goes to do the research. He has a chance to see through what 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅 is trying to push. or maybe catch a
Okay.
clue somewhere. Spin me a tale on what skill you think you'd be rolling for that.
Well, let me check something because I don't know. I don't think that'll work. Okay. I'm going to I would say insight, but he just used that. So that's not on the table. Does this take that disadvantage?
Yeah, it would.
Okay. Let me see if I've got anything that can help with that.
So again, this won't count towards the success or failures, but if you succeed, you will be at an advantage in the next round of rolls. And if you fail, you'll be at a disadvantage. This is an additional opportunity event.
So,
or actually, I'm sorry. It's an opportunity to gain an advantage. If you fail, nothing happens. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Influence dice, that's just added to my total?
Yeah, you can spend that. It's kind of like Bardic Inspiration in a way. You can add it to a roll. I think there are some feats. There might be one or two tricks you have where it does require you to spend it, but...
All right. I might try Streetwise for this.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because maybe Streetwise will work since he recommended things, but these things he's recommended seem to have I'm recognizing the slant in the perspective. So
I like that.
We'll try that.
No,
I will probably I probably need to say if I use the influence first. So I'm going to use an influence on this.
Okay. I believe you can roll first, but I can't tell you whether succeeded or failed, and you can choose to use it.
All right. Okay. And hopefully I get high enough on the D6.
Come on, here we go.
Oh, maybe.
Yes, it was a DC 14.
Oh. Okay.
Well done. Awesome. All right. So you'll have advantage now. Have basically an advantage to give to one of the party members in this next round of rolls. And basically you've read it, you've received it. You're not sensing any kind of what do I want to say? Like a bad intent from Dr. 𝙁𝒏𝒅𝒔𝒗𝒆𑒑𝒕. Yeah, malicious. Thank you. That was the word. There's no malicious intent, but you're just like, the barn owl's been teaching you all these things. It just doesn't seem to jive quite right with what your experience has been.
So maybe the barn owl, I got recommendations, but some of the recommendations were to the darker stuff that the barn owl had recommended against.
Yep.
Might be a thing.
Yep. I love that. All right, then. Let's go to this last round that will determine what we do here as we move into the day. We'll do both Thursday and Friday here. You guys can, whatever's happening leading up to the game, or even the game itself, especially if George wants to roll for playing in the game. So how does Thursday and Friday go for everybody, and what are you guys... Oh, I should paint a little picture, too, for Chiba. For your perspective...
Yep.
Absolutely, there was a spiritual influence here. There was some tampering to the car. There's no reason it should have happened. The tampering you're seeing is on the spiritual realm. Nothing's been physically done to the car. There's no reason this should have spontaneously combusted. But gazing at it with your spirit eyes, it's almost like you can see the fuel line being cut and a match being lit, in a sense. So it was specifically targeted, and it was definitely something evil trying to cause chaos in the realm.
Oh, she's definitely going to go to a computer and try and use, Spirit Wikipedia to find out?
Spirit Wikipedia, yes. If Supernatural's taught us anything, you can look at
We're in the 90s, right?
Yes.
So it would only be the intrawebs.
Spirit
we
webs?
have Ask Jeeves.
She could use she might be able to use her oversoul ability to connect to other computers that are connected to that computer.
I like that a lot. Spiritual hacking.
Spacking.
Spacking.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna go to this room and spack real quick.
That's beautiful. And again, Tats has basically an advantage she can grant to anybody. So you can save it or you can grant it to 𝙬𝐵𝒆 for this roll.
Do I have to give it now, or can I wait until I see what the 20 says?
Yeah, let's do that. I love that. It matches with your I can't remember what's it called. I want an inspiration die, but that's not it. I'm blanking. Not focus. Focus is what
you
she
can do
is.
this die.
You can do this die. I like that. All right, roll it up, 𝙬𝐵𝒆. Let's see what you got.
Computers check.
Computers. Yep.
And that's normal, yeah.
Yes.
No extra terms. All right, cool.
You can re-roll the d20. Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving it.
Yeah, that thing with the 18 and that rolls over. Same thing.
By the way, AOL dial-up was launched in 91 and came to Windows in 92.
Oh no.
Okay.
We're using the spirit webs.
We're using AOL to get reliable information. Truly the Dark Ages. Of course, this was peak X-Files type of stuff, so I guess if you were on AOL chat, you might get some information.
It's true. It's sifting through. It's the problem, right? All right, 𝙬𝐵𝒆, re-roll that d20 for me.
Yep, that's so good. Did I use my inspiration before that I got? Oh, that was for medicine. That's all right.
Oh, yeah, right.
Ah, it was on 20 and it rolled over.
Now, actually, ironically, this is intelligence-based, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you can use that feature again to re-roll again if you want.
Yeah,
That's what, a 13
that
right there?
Fun?
Yep, it's a 13, so we're just shy.
What's the... let's roll another one. Oh, wait. Oh, come on.
Okay. This is gradually getting worse. Okay.
I mean, it works
Wow.
out with the internet.
All right.
being bad.
It's meant to be. I'm going to go backwards on the tally mark. Meant to be. So, as we move into the boss battle, I'd love to have you guys role play out and narrate what this looks like. George too, how's the hockey game going? And I think Tats and 𝙬𝐵𝒆 especially are really working in the background on what exactly is going on. You guys are going to discover that something is going to happen at the ice rink. That's where the center of the intensity of the spirit realm is focused. There's this focus and intensity there, and it seems a gateway's opening there for something to come out.
So I think while he's playing, like he's using his are we rolling for this, by the way, or
no, we don't yet, because we hit the failure, so flavor up whatever you guys want.
Because I think he's using his acrobatics a little bit more to like maneuver on the ice and stuff, because that's what he would have probably rolled for that and would have had the advantage and everything. But he can tell that it's like he's sticking a little bit to the ice or something, which
That's
shouldn't be
cool.
happening. And so I think that like it hit something that he's like, okay, something there's like a gravity well or something, going on here. So he figures there's something happening spirit wise, and so he comes to Tats and to 𝙬𝐵𝒆 and is like, there's something weird going on with the ice. I think something's going down.
That's awesome. What's going on
Maybe
with
Tats.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Tats may have been distracted because they had wanted him to work on the banner, maybe the art for the banner for the game or something like that. So he was distracted otherwise on those days.
What happens is Ryan, because he's still got a black eye, he comes in and he tears right through the banner, accidentally not seeing it.
That's pretty rough.
Start
Swollen
all over.
eye and in a mascot. What's going on with Chiba? Why is she having a rough time with this? What's
computer internet's not being great. The computers themselves, actually, we'll blame the computers themselves.
Nice.
Being slow and playing up, having bits of failures, stopping her from accessing and getting to where she needs to be to talk to whoever she needs to be, and going through the library, she's not finding any books to help relate to anything that she's seen or found. She's been very frustrated trying to work out what's going on and nervous about it too, making her worried.
Somebody keeps picking up the phone line and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get off the phone.
Yes.
Just yelling out in the library, get off the damn phone.
Oh, that's classic.
Now I gotta start again.
You have to restart to load the page that takes a full 2-3 minutes to load. If it's just text.
Yeah.
I love it. So she's like, it takes her all day to read one article because she keeps having
since
to
it's
start
the library,
over.
it's like a 7 instead of like an 18.1 or 14.1 was 14.2, so it's like a 7.1 connection.
That's awesome. All right. So in this exasperated state, we see Chiba just yelling at the computer and shouting at people in the library. And we get a shot of Ryan taking the costume off, and his one eye is just fully swollen. He's ashamed at his performance today. It's just, unfortunately, Maple Leaf High did not win the game tonight. It seemed like everyone was off, exactly how George explained it. It didn't seem like that sloshy slowness was really affecting the other team, and no one can really explain it. Of course, George has that sense. And for Tats, you've been wrestling with these different perspectives on the spirit realm and everything. So all three of you are kind of just off kilter, and that's simple.
Distracted.
Yeah, and that really affects your ability to manipulate your spiritual energies. But you do know, Chiba, you get the sense of, with the explosion especially, that fire is the thing. There's some kind of spirit of fire that's reaching out and wants to burn and destroy. And for some reason, there is it coordinates well with what George has been seeing, that there's this focus on possibly a spirit gate being opened in the realm, in the ice rink of all places, that some kind of high energy point has manifested itself there and might be opening up. So you guys are planning to head out there on Saturday, when usually it's pretty empty.
Well, I think George has an in with like the Zamboni operator, because he's used that to do dates before and stuff. So he's like convinces him he's going on a date even though he's not.
Yes.
So that they can all go there.
Oh, I love
Taking
that.
a spin around the ring on the Zamboni.
Yes.
And I think part of what the reason that they're thrown off is like maybe on the way there too, they see the picture that was posted in Forest Wanderings. Did you see that, Dan?
No, I didn't. I'll have to go
So
look.
they see a moose on the side of the road, but they do a double take because it looks like something else.
No.
They get the spirit vision of that, and so I think they're a little disturbed as they approach the.
That's so awesome. All right, shout out. That is in our exclusive Discord for supporters. Quite a majestic image. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
We see the.
I think Katie just saw it. The Magoose, is that what it's called? Well done. That's glorious. All right. That'll have to come into the campaign later on. Beautiful. Okay, so as you guys, I've lost my train of thought with the Magoose. You guys are going to the ice rink. Yes.
Who's goose? Magoose.
We're going to go over to the ice rink. Before we get there, as if this was a TV show, there's a cut scene to Coach Sammy talking with Dr. Gustafar. And he's Coach Sammy's in his office there. It's after the game, he's definitely feeling defeated, and 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅 kind of knocks on the door and. Sorry, Coach. I just wanted to check on you and see how you're doing. I know it was a rough game today, and the coach is. Oh well, I'm disappointed. I really wanted to do something good for the kids here halfway through the season, and I'll be honest, Doc. Things aren't great at home either, and I just. I'm just disappointed. But how can I help you? And Dr. 𝙏𝙗𝒏𝒅 walks in, and he actually he usually kind of has bad posture. He straightens his posture up and adjusts his glasses with the 2-finger adjust, the light, that white line of light going across the glasses. I just think you're not fully embracing the gravity of your situation. As everything goes dark, and the coach just starts screaming, and this dark fire and dark energy is pouring into him. And we cut to the next day with you guys arriving. Drop everybody down. I think.
Oh, he's a therapist.
Oh, he's a therapist. Arriving at the ice rink. Go ahead and talk to me about your game plan. You know something's happening here. You know there's this epicenter of spiritual energy in this gate opening.
We see
Can't
nothing.
see anything.
Oh.
I can move something. I'm guessing I'm moving my token around.
It's activated. Hold on. Let me.
Was there a light source?
Jake. Hold on just a second, guys.
Jakob, help!
Do you have global lighting on?
Let's see. I don't know.
I'm blind.
Lighting controls. We're checking. Try this.
We're
Does
all
that
feeling
help?
around. We're all feeling around for the light switch. It's like,
Now,
George, where's
if-
the light?
If
You know your way
drag
around the rink.
token down, you might not have had the save settings from the previous page versus if you copied those tokens and pasted them in.
Yeah, let me see. Sorry, guys. Hang on just a second. 90s
Okay,
computers, guys.
We're imagining we're on the ice ring.
While I work on it, kind of talk about, kind of strategize what your guys' plan is and walking in here and where you want to be.
All right,
Not
guys, it's
tripping
real
over the
simple. I'm
bleachers.
just gonna, bash some skulls in. Spiritually, metaphorically.
Steven's gonna hold her head like, oh.
Just spiritually. Just spiritually.
Oh, that's okay then. She's gonna check. She's gonna check both of her spiritual guns, make sure they're loaded.
Are they loaded?
The heavy revolver. I'm trying to picture what it would be. I'm like, is it gonna be like a 500 Magnum where she shoots it and slides across the other side of the rink, or?
And
It is
100%.
anime.
I've got the Zamboni out on the ice ring. I've got that vehicle out.
Her movement speed's gonna be just basically holding her revolver in a direction so she goes the opposite way.
There's one way to slide around.
Yeah.
Hey. You want to help me crank up the power on the Zamboni so it can actually move?
Sure, I'll give you a hand.
Oh,
Just gonna
man.
zap herself in the battery.
Turbocharge the Zamboni.
I
Should
might
we
be
roll for that?
stuck, guys. Yeah, we'll
Montage.
have to do that. I'm stuck. I'm not sure what the
I've got a
problem
+4
is.
in vehicles. What do you got?
3.
All right.
So
I'll
what you're
get
saying is we
advantage
just
from the
need to
help.
watch the stream.
Yeah, right. We could.
There we go. An 18
Token
for
sugar.
supercharging the Zamboni.
Here, wait. Let's try this. Do you guys see now?
There we go.
All right. I just turned off all the rules.
Turned off all the rules.
Nailed it. Okay.
Oh, now you need to drop a Zamboni in. Come on, let's go
Ah,
down.
I don't have access to all Jake's assets.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know that
Ready?
Jake would have a Zamboni.
Might not. What size would it be? Like 10 by 10?
Yeah.
It would be a
Uh,
15 by 10.
Okay. All right. We can do that.
It's gonna be a white square with Zamboni written in it.
Just put a van on there. It's a van.
Yeah, there it is. It's perfect.
That's
isn't
10
it?
by 20.
Oh, you're right. Maths.
So-
we don't do
Can-
maths
Can
in
tell
RPG.
who did homeschooling.
Yeah, right.
Tats is probably checking to make sure no one else is in here. So he's probably checking the bathrooms first.
Okay, cool. Cool. I think we'll have, unless anyone wants to spin me a tail, we'll have everybody roll perception.
Okay. Do I get a little advantage from height since I'm on the Zamboni?
Only for leaping attacks.
I like that. Yeah, you can have an advantage on an attack off the Zamboni. How's that?
Okay. I
don't
mean, I
know.
might do a whole lance, knight on a horse.
The slowest.
Oh, if he's like a
horse
spiritual,
ever.
if he's like
Okay.
a spiritual hockey guy, he could grind like razor blades along the edge of the thing, pop off the Zamboni, come down and smash and stuff like that. Yeah.
Thank you,
and that's
Mordecai. by
where
the way.
around the Zamboni's like some sort of horse or something.
Yes. No, I love that.
I wonder
what
would it be if
maybe
you
it's the
supercharged a
Magoose.
Zamboni? It's the moose goose.
Oh no.
That is Krusk's. That's not a figment of his imagination. That's his spirit animal.
The moose goose. It's actually that jives. I like that. All right, we got a 15 from Krusk, from George.
5.
Chiba is upset right now. Man, all right, Tats. Let's see what you got.
Is he flicking for a book still?
Ooh.
Wow.
Rough.
So
Man,
maybe
you're-
Tats. Yeah,
Go ahead.
Tats is distracted, looking for people, but he's still thinking about those things that the books were talking about. So those are
I think he's
darker
he's
things are
entering
running
one of
in
the
back of his
bathrooms
head.
and he sees the torn banner, part of it that was in the trash can.
It's like, that took
Oh,
hours.
man. All right. So then, with that, I like that you guys are off. George, you are able to spot, if I can ping, right in the center. It's like the ice is starting to melt and ripple away as the spiritual gate is opening. I just lost it. Just switching up the music. End game. Boom.
Like I think I start to turn the Zamboni, and then I'm starting to actually just like be holding on to one of the horns of the Magoose
Yep.
as it's like transforming, and it gives the hissing moose call to alert the other two.
Okay, that's great.
I'm really tempted to actually make that now. I
Do it.
don't think I need to, but I'm really tempted to.
As George, what you didn't notice as the portal opens is that Coach Sammy is standing right there a little ways off. He wasn't there before, and now he's standing there. But his eyes seem weird, almost like all white, and there's like rippling shadows and flame going across.
Jesus, coach, it was just a hockey game.
And we are going to roll initiative in a second as the baddie does one thing, since you guys didn't hit the full successes. So go ahead and let's start battle. If I can. Boom. Add an encounter. Begin combat. I think I can do this. Doosh. Doosh.
Do we need to roll initiative?
So you can click on your face and that'll roll the initiative.
Can I take what the bumped was? Because I got a 4 otherwise.
Wait, what the bug was? What was that?
No, the other digital dice bumped my die. that I
Oh.
rolled.
That's funny. I don't know if that's
Take the
how
bump.
it works. But
Since I'm on,
I
since
said
I'm on
I'll
a
take the
Zamboni,
13.
okay, Mush. All right. Real quick, everyone's going to be hit with a burst of flame as whatever is in Coach Sammy kind of comes out and wraps around him as this like fire demon spirit. So
Does
this
the ice melt?
It's starting to melt, and it is now difficult terrain. But he rolls a 12 against your defenses. Was anyone hit?
Well, I'm way over here.
It's the whole area suddenly heats up for 1 second.
Flash.
This is just a lair ability, basically.
defense is just 14.
Yeah.
Seems low. Do I get extra defense since I'm on the Zamboni?
Not for this, but we can definitely look
I've
at
got a 14
situation.
anyways, so.
14, yeah, that misses. Anybody have a 12 or under?
Nope.
Okay, so you guys are actually shielded by the sea. You feel the heat, but then you hear the flap of the wings and the hissing call of the moose as George lets you guys know, and you activate your spiritual energy in time. Just make sure the music's not too loud in OBS. Okay, cool. All right, so we are at the top of the order.
Alrighty. Shiva's gonna look up from her book and yell, "Who's playing with fire? I have very expensive books here." And then see Coach sitting down on the ice rink. She's gonna put her little bookmark into her book and sit it down gently. And be like, ugh.
I love that.
What an inconvenience. Is it like a recall knowledge type trait thing? Try and work
Yeah.
out what she's dealing with.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Investigation would certainly work. But
Yep.
spin me a tail on anything else if you want.
Oh, social sciences.
I'm gonna look down at him,
Mhm.
see the white of his eyes, contemplate like, really? You're gonna get this upset over losing a game? I'm just gonna notice the other subtle features and remember the whole flame thing. Like, oh, okay, this is what we've been seeing over in the. Where did the car explode again? Was it in like the shop or just the car park?
It was in the park.
Okay, yeah. So, and then gonna try and remember anything that she's been reading through on the internet and having troubles with. See if there's something that relates to it.
Ooh. This
We are
is
all going to
new.
die tonight.
Yeah,
Or at least somebody is.
that was 20 and then touched the wall and went 2. I was so hopeful.
It's a tease. The digital dice are such a tease. I can't get over it.
I don't even know if I can re-roll. I don't know the thing. I already used one.
Well, it's actually any ability check once per ability check, if I remember right. So that is intelligence based. So yeah,
Oh, alright. Cute. I'll roll on a one.
it's a one shot too. So it's like,
Yeah. I don't need to say
you guys are doing great so far, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
That's better.
That's really good. So you have to take a moment. And what I'm gonna say is you don't have a move action now in this taking time, and you remember one chat thread where this one person just kept going off on these fire demons that they're certain are from this mythology, and they're just nerding out about it. So you can grant an advantage to yourself or any of your teammates on the next attack as you kind of start to understand, taking what that person was saying and interpreting it through the knowledge that you actually have of the real spirit realm into targeting a weak point on the creature.
Awesome.
So you could use that. You do have a standard action if you want to attack or sacrifice it for a move.
Do I have to unholster my weapon first? Does that cost a thing?
No. Bonus action, probably. That's fine. Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I think you guys are
Trying to
ready.
work
You were
out.
coming in knowing there was trouble, obviously. So I know she has a lot of options. She has a lot of weapons to choose from.
What's the range difference though for this? I can't get the info up.
Oh, let me see.
Heavy revolver.
Like 65 feet away from you.
5 feet. Heavy revolver. Oh, I'm not super familiar. I'd say that's a little far, so I'd say you probably had a disadvantage on the shot.
Yeah.
But you do have the advantage you could spend if you want to now to cancel that.
I might save that for a minute until I'm either closer or someone else is closer.
Okay.
Yeah, so no move action, so I should just pull it out. She'll yell out to him. Hey. Hey guys, we should probably deal with the angry coach in the center of the ice. I think this is what we've been looking for. I'm not sure what else I can do by turn. I might end turn there.
You can take a shot.
Ah, okay. Yeah, she'll take a normal shot then. What is that?
Yeah, just a
Roll
disadvantage for. You can
If
choose
you go to
to.
your inventory, you should be able to click on the weapon to roll it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tats. I don't know why it zoomed in on Tats.
Yeah, I think it's a one-handed weapon. I think Oop. Alrighty. Yep, and disadvantage was it?
Yep. Ooh. Fires wide. But the demon spirit that kind of is floating above, it's both the coach and the demon spirit. The coach's eyes are now red with flames. Both turn and kind of look at you and smile.
Be gone, demon!
All right, Tats, you're up.
I think he just stepped away real quick.
Oh, all right, no worries. Let's see. But the baddie's next, isn't it?
I'll swap places with him.
That's fine. Yeah, let's do it. I'll have to change it, but go ahead, George.
Oh, snap! Coach!
100 to 200 feet.
And yeah, I'm gonna just charge with the Magoose. I guess.
Sure.
I don't know.
Let's roll
If you wanna make up
vehicle.
movement speed.
Yeah. No. We'll just have you roll vehicle at disadvantage because the ice itself, the terrain is difficult right now. What was
Why
that?
would a Magoose care?
Why? we're balancing reality and spiritual
What's
realm.
difficult terrain to a Magoose?
The dark energies rippling off of this demon.
Now, since I'm familiar with the ice, can I counterbalance the disadvantage?
Familiar with the ice.
Semi-melted ice.
Yeah. Melted ice. Well, you did experience it once
Because
before.
what I try and do, it's the middle that's melting, right? So I'll try and drift like I did on Monday around the melting ice to, skid right into them.
We'll make it a straight roll. But the demon will have a little bonus to his armor. Ooh, but that was pretty good. Coming in. All right. Gets over. Let's see.
I tag teamed with you since you had stepped out real quick.
Yeah, we'll just have Tats go next. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I thought I had time because I rolled a 3.
I know, but everybody rolled bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
You
Okay.
tied with the yeah. You were
I
second.
had 15.
How do I?
I'm last.
Rolled okay.
We're doing great. So, okay. You are able to get in position, and now you have advantage on your attack as you're able to skid and slide across the melting ice.
I have double advantage.
If only it's stacked.
I know.
Ooh, all right. That's a hit. Roll damage. There we go. I got it
Minimum
now.
damage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
I guess that's all I can do.
Okay. What's it look like for the first strike on this demon as you come in with your hockey stick like a lance?
Yeah, I think what I'm doing, so since it's a little sloshy from the melting,
Mhm.
I like skid and use the momentum to like hang out the side. I'm like steering with my foot in the Zamboni controls. So I'm just leaning out with my upper body. So I do a two-handed swing to do a swipe on them.
Oh, nice. Slightly backhand. Didn't quite the full force you wanted, but it did some damage. All right. We're slightly shifting around. I'll fix the order later. But Tats, go ahead.
Okay. So.
I do have Smash, which once if I hit an opponent with melee weapon, I can add a 1d6 damage or an additional 1d12. If I don't know what a power attack talent is.
It's like a once per turn thing.
It's a brawler class thing.
Yeah, you can throw that on there. Let's do it. All right.
There we go.
That beefs it up.
7.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. Tats, what you got for me?
Well, George, let me see. Did George do something with me a second ago, or?
No, he just moved in. I just let him go.
The Magoose called.
The Magoose
the
called.
Magoose called.
Yes, right.
I suspect that George just calls it Magoose, and it's like, what are you doing? It's Magoose. But
Starts honking.
Well, Zoe said that Tats finds a kid named Jonathan crying in the bathroom. I'm going to flavor that in.
Okay.
So maybe during the flame burst, he had just opened up the bathroom door and there was this kid, Jonathan, that he knows from when he helps. He knows his name from when he helps the lunch lady.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan, what are you doing here? And then he hears the goose call. And all he does is he feels the heat start coming behind him, and he covers Jonathan up with his body and whoosh. So, since we didn't get damaged, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks down at Jonathan and says, "Out." And he turns around and starts in.
Beautiful.
Get or get off the pot.
Yeah.
So he's going to probably move. He move 60, is it?
Yep.
Or 30?
Yeah, you won't get into difficult terrain until you get on the ice itself.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. It's 60 for a double move, right?
Yep.
I think I've got enough range. Let me check. Inventory. Hand cannon. 100, 200 feet. All right. I don't know that Tats really cares if it phases through physical objects or not, so he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right here.
Okay.
And that gets me at 120 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 100 with 200 as a long range. I think he's going to risk it. So his tattoos light up. His oversoul comes on. And, well, he can do... Let me check. So if I go ahead and use a trick, I can only use 2 tricks, though. That's tough.
I mean, it's the boss battle. Now's the time, right?
He's going to oversoul on, and he's not going to literally say, watch this, but the colors and stuff flare up, because his usually black, mostly black and white with some color tattoos, flare up into this kind of cold blue, and cold blue tinged with cobalt blue on the outside edges of the tattoos oversold. And the watch this is him trying to do an athletics check, we'll say, over the
wall
barrier.
Sure.
Yeah, over
I
the
love
wall.
that idea.
So a double move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 again.
Nice.
If he can get there.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, we'll say you'll get there no matter what. If you totally wipe out, you're prone.
okay. So let's roll that then. Acrobatics.
Immediately slips.
Does
So
he
is-
get advantage from my training earlier in the week?
If you guys had succeeded the challenge event.
So it says you make it says attack roll or dexterity check. Okay, there we go. But before you determine the result, you roll an influence die and add the result.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If
So
he
I
does
can
fall
roll
over, will
a
his momentum carry him across the ice a little?
That's fun. We can roll for that. And this, I think it's a save I got to roll, right? For the baddie?
No, it's as long as someone can see me.
As
As long
it
as
just
someone
works.
can be affected, it affects me. Right.
Okay,
It
gotcha.
affects my roll. So I get a
Very
normal.
cool.
Nice.
Come on, Tats. Yeah.
And I'm going to roll in that to see how much it is. Nice. All right. So,
Beautiful. I just don't know why I'd say new actor for Tats, but that's fine.
because I just hit the
Oh, gotcha.
D6 down there. So, yeah.
So that's 27 total. So what's the effect?
The effect is I got to roll that extra
Oh, okay.
die.
And what's the
It
the
helps
trick?
me succeed.
It helps you succeed. Okay. I thought you were doing a trick specifically that had an effect on the monster.
No, so maybe he is showing off something that he's seen George do. So maybe he's seen George do a trick where he slides around over an opponent on the ice. So he uses the spiritual power to boost up and slides over the barrier in the same way that George does. And George
Okay.
gets to see that.
Nice. Okay, that's awesome. That's great. I'll give you the 27 is really high, so you can move another 10 feet.
Another 10 feet. 5, 10.
Nice. As we shout out to what Lulu was saying, literally hits the ice and slides through the slush. All right, very cool. And that's it for Tats.
And we might have an obstacle now.
Yeah, I see it. Well, thank you, Rex. He's the best.
That is
as we-
on the Zamboni.
which I love. So in this glorious display, bullets whizzing. Oh, real quick, were we incorrect about the disadvantage for Chiba on her shot?
I think I'm at the top of the bleachers. It might have been better. I don't know. I mean, it's a long range and it's a heavy
She was
revolver.
65.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
So I think on the
stick
thing
with
it's
that.
100 to 200.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, going forward, correct it if we were wrong
Yeah,
there.
all good.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
So
Good for the game.
the fire demon with Coach Sammy in it, he just slams both his arms down and at all of you. Fire is burning off. George feels the heat as he just starts clawing into the Zamboni and just ripping it both. And in the spiritual realm, you're seeing the Magoose trying to dodge and taking hits, feathers and fur flying, the hiss moo-ish call coming out, and George is working really hard to steady it as an explosion of smoke and some of the ice melting and literally starting to evaporate into clouds, and smoke coming off the Zamboni starts affecting an area. Something like that-ish. So now both George and the demon are concealed from Chiba and Tats right now, as there's ice, steam, and smoke coming off. And George, you're going to have to use a move action to steady the Magoose, as it is terrified right now in the attack. Thank you, Rex. Meanwhile, I think the 27 is very cool for Tats. Let's roll a quick save here. Wisdom, which is not this thing's forte. Okay. Just enough. So it's going to continue its assault and attack, focus and attack on Tats as it claws its way. Oh,
Do you mean me?
I'm sorry. Yes, George. Sorry. Claws its way onto, and in the real world, it's clawing its way onto the Zamboni and smashing it. In the spirit realm, it's jumping and slicing. These wings are flapping, and it's trying to claw at George, riding the Magoose. And we're going to have a melee attack at George. Ooh, but that is a miss. It then gets to attempt a bite as a special action. That one will hit. And it's going to... The slashing is... Where is it? There we go. Okay. Incoming bite. Now... George is the only one with armor. So armor, the way it works in Everyday Heroes is you can use it to roll an armor save. If successful, you'll reduce the damage, but your armor will then be damaged after that. So 10 total damage there, fire and slashing.
Oof.
Ooh.
Is that how you do it? You roll?
Yep, roll the armor saving throw. Yep. But that's not going to be enough. So taking the damage.
I think on the first one, with the slice, when it misses, he's like, eat my shorts. And then the creature goes in for the bite. He's like, I didn't really mean it.
I like that it's literally biting at your shorts. All right, that's a rough hit there. And that is the end of the creature's turn. So we did George already.
So I took 10 damage?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh.
Yes.
Like on a scale of 1 to 14, I'm probably around a 4.
Solid. Very abstract. All right, Chiba, you're up.
She's going to see if she can seek out the demon in the steam. I'm assuming if he's got fire on him, he'd be creating a sort of light source.
For sure.
The steam. So
on the spirit realm side, yeah.
She's going to see if she can focus it on that so she can see where he is in the steam. What would that be? Would that be another investigation?
That would probably be a perception roll, yeah. And it'll be against his dexterity. I'm going to give him disadvantage, do a contest roll. I'll give him disadvantage because he's not actively trying to hide.
Alrighty, and just normal roll for me?
Yep. Ooh, I think you got it. You spot it. As he bites into George's shorts, he flares up with joy and pleasure. And that's where...
ass.
Yeah.
Now she's spotted him. She's going to try and take a secondary shot at him without hitting George, hopefully.
Yeah, sounds good. It'll be nat 1 would hurt George, but a miss will be a miss.
Being with the height on the bleachers, would that gain anything with that? I don't think they're too much higher than the Zamboni, but
well, you are on the back there. Uh-oh, what's Wolf doing? He says a flock of baby spirit 𝑴𝒐𝒏𝒅𝒔𝒗𝒆𝒑𝒕. Oh, interesting. All right, that'll come up. Yeah, I'd say because you're at the back high end of the bleachers, you do have height advantage.
Alrighty. Cool. Let's roll that one and hope that I don't get a 1.
Oh, Chiba.
Terrible.
So I'm imagining that it's this massive gun that's just oversized for her little
giant
hand.
magnum.
Yes.
Just takes a chunk of the Zamboni off.
Awesome. All right. Any other features, or do you want to move?
George just yells, "Magoose!"
Other features. I mean, poking remember wisdom wise hero table, which can be sent to concentration talent as well as talent granted by class. I don't think focus works, and that concentration for wisdom ability checks. Yeah. Would any of our people be scared?
Not yet. George, we'll
Well,
see how
angry?
it goes. Angry. Now that's interesting because the fire demon is angry.
Oh, yeah, you get an advantage on charisma persuasion checks and dealing with people who are angry, afraid, or in pain.
Ooh, okay. You've already used your bonus action to the perception,
Yeah.
but I think that's something you could do on your next turn.
Yeah, no, I will. See if I can do something to him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ah.
that'll work. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. We are to Tats. We'll just go back to normal order.
Right.
All right. Well, I think Tats is going to... Can Tats... Does that blowing away of the steam happen before or after Tats' turn?
It'll happen after. It'll happen on the monster's turn.
So he's got to do a perception check.
Yep. Or roll the
Normal.
disadvantage
I'd rather try a perception check.
for sure. Again, the demon rolling dex will be at disadvantage. Oops, sorry, one more. But that'll probably do. Okay, yeah. So that is successful. He is glowing bright in the center of all that steam.
All right. So Tats, let me see. Tats' hand cannon literally looks like, right now, this particular tattoo looks like an old Polynesian cannon from off of one of those old junk ships, the sailing junk ships.
Yeah.
And so he lowers down his left arm, braces it with his right, and tries to fire it off in an attempt to do a taunting blow. So I'm spending an influence to do that.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
To add an influence die, add the result to the damage dealt. Target attack must make a wisdom saving throw against your trick DC. On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than you until the end of the next turn.
Other than you. That's awesome. Okay, very cool.
All right, so that's what I'm going to do.
I'll roll the
Hand
wisdom
cannon.
save after your attack. That's
I
awesome.
don't know why that wasn't equipped. All right, so no.
Oh, that's
I
probably
hit it?
my bad. I'm not. Yeah. I'm
There we
not
go.
worried about it.
Roll. We're going to go one-handed and normal. Probably not.
Ooh, yeah, that is a miss. Now, I think the trick still goes off, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Let me make sure. Features.
It might be
Something
something they
low.
don't use the trick until after you hit.
Maybe. It says when you hit an opponent with an attack.
Okay.
Okay, so I can't
So then-
I can't even necessarily declare it. It's not meant
Gotcha.
to be declared. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was what I was attempting to do it. But maybe that slide that he took kind of slipped. He's not used to this. He's not used to the ice.
Nice.
A random
George
cat
is.
distracts him.
Yeah. It's a spirit
Yeah.
cat runs by.
Spirit cat.
Awesome.
Yep.
Do you want to move at all?
Well, let me see. This thing can probably move a good 60 feet, and he does not want to get directly involved with it. So he'll probably move 5. Oops. He will probably move about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right about there. Get a better angle.
Nice. Okay. And that comes to the monster. And as the of the cat goes by, there's also this flutter as this mason spirit sends in a flock of baby spirit owls that blows away the steam. As George, you get this rush of clean air, the nice, chill, crisp air of the ice.
So this random cat named Mason was chasing the spirit owls?
Yeah, I like
Is
that.
it the spirit
actually.
realm?
Trying to play with them, cost up a flock of them. That's beautiful. Okay, which means George won't be taking damage from the burning hot steam. But the monster is going to carry on and it's going to attempt to attack George.
Now, doesn't it have like disadvantage or something because it's not targeting? Oh, he didn't successfully.
He
I didn't
didn't
hit.
succeed.
I got a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that is a hit. Normal. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's 7 on George. Oh, man. The leather jacket. Not feeling it today. Let me double check real quick the armor. I think it's 10 or half. Yeah, it's 10 or half. So, yeah, you got to roll over 10 for this one.
Okay.
Sorry. So, all right. So he does take the 7 as the just claws.
I'm guessing you just
into
go to 0.
You go to 0.
Or do I need
Yep.
to like? Do I need to keep track of the total damage?
Nope.
Status 9.
No, there's death saving throws. Now, 𝙬𝒏𝒅𝒔𝒗𝒆𑑒 does have the ability to heal once someone's at 0. I should throw out too. Everyone can use a second wind as an action to expend a hit die to heal. That's the only other way to heal in this. It's a little grittier for healing and damage. Okay.
I mean, does the Magoose take any of the damage?
Let's see. Roll your dexterity. Roll a dexterity save for me. Let's see.
No, the goose is about as low as a goose.
Oh, harsh.
The Magoose is magoosing.
The Magoose. I think Zamboni is destroyed. Repercussions later. Zamboni destroyed, and the Magoose rears, bucking George off, and George falls down into the ice, and his eyes roll back in the back of his head, and the Magoose takes off, chasing after the baby spirit owls. And the minor demon is going to take flight now and go up 10 feet and look at Tats. Is glaring at Tats. And that's the end of his turn. George, make me a death saving throw, please. All right.
1 success.
1 success. Very nice. And we come to 𝙬𝒏𝒅𝒔𝒗𝒆𑑒.
Alright. So she's gonna see that he's gone down. She's got 30 feet of movement, doesn't she? Can I roll an athletic check? Because I'm gonna have to jump this barrier soon.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I was distracted by Wolf here spending money.
Sorry, I have
Wait.
with 30 feet.
Go ahead.
With 30 feet of movement, I might be able to. Where is it? 10.
Yeah.
30. Yeah, I'll have to do an athletics check to get over that barrier.
Go for it. Acrobatics is certainly an option as well. And actually, you get to add your wisdom to that, which I think is 1 more, so it'll be +1 to the roll.
Okay.
Unless it automatically does it. I'm not sure.
Find out. Wisdom or dexterity?
You can give me an acrobatics or athletics, but if you do, your feat allows wisdom to replace dexterity. I'm just not sure if it auto does it on ability checks.
Yeah, I just gotta check the ability to wisdom
gotcha.
instead of dexterity.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Cool. Roll that. Hopefully it's not as
Come on.
my bad other
I
rolls.
thought it was gonna be nat 20. Success.
So did I.
What a tease. Look at what's it look like for 𝙬𝒏𝒅𝒔𝒗𝒆𑑒 to jump over that? Rex and Wolf, we're gonna deal with this in just a second.
I want to get fancy with it and say she does a front flip over it, but
I mean, we're in the spirit realm. She could have some supernatural. Yeah, why not? It's been rough for her too. She needs a win.
lands with one hand on the ground on a knee, one knee down, and it stands back up. Yeah, superhero landing this one.
Absolutely.
She's got an attack action, doesn't she? Alright. Let me just open up the thing again because I clicked off it. Just probably gonna take another pot shot, try and I actually want to get his attention, but is he staring at Tats at the moment, or is he still at?
He's staring at Tats at the moment, up in the air. Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna see if she can knock him out of the air.
Absolutely.
See if she can hit him in the wing.
Cool.
All right. Inventory. That one. No advantage. Actually, I still got that advantage thing. I might use that actually
Sure, go for it.
because she's aiming for a wing. Let's go with that.
Come on, girl. Oh, that's a hit.
Oh, it was
Really
the 17 to
wanted-
work. Good.
Yep. I really
All
wanted
right.
the 20.
Hmm. We got damage configuration that normal.
Six damage. That's a good hit. All right.
There's a
Now,
hole in his wing.
oh yeah, absolutely. Nat 20 would have brought him down, but for now he falters, dropping 5 feet. And you see he is not looking that great. You can tell that like the coach Sammy is actually almost unconscious now, and he's kind of floating inside of this fire demon with wings that's around him. And it falters and falls down, and now it's just trying to decide which between Tats and Chiba who's the more dangerous threat. When all of a sudden you hear the old LARPing professor at Maple High, LARPing principal, shows up. And he's Mr. Wolf with an E at the end, obviously. He slams his LARPing lance down and says, "Begone, spirit! Rise up and fight!" And he rushes in and actually just grabs George and pushes him 30 feet, let's see, toward Chiba in a beautiful spinning slide. And engages with the demon who's now faltered and is now surrounded on all sides. So you guys will have advantage on your attacks because Principal Wolf has come out of
Principal
spirit.
Riker.
Well, no, this is from Wolf's $5 Rumble rant.
Right.
The LARPing principal. Oh, is that Riker himself?
Yeah.
Sure. All right, let's make it Riker. All right, Principal Riker has shown up. You guys didn't realize he was secretly once a guardian as well.
Oh, jeez.
So his, I think we said he was short, bald man, pristine bald, the kind that reflects the light on his head, and this gorgeous mustache with George's additional jewelry attached to it. And then Rex, yours will come into effect on the
So does he
monster's
look like
turn.
a spiritual, in his spiritual oversoul is like a knight then?
I love that. Yeah.
He's got flowing locks.
You can still see the bald head through the translucent flowing locks. Right. I love that. Okay. Awesome. Tats, you're up.
Did you want to do Rex's now or later?
It's going to happen on the monster's turn.
Gotcha.
Oh, by the way, because I don't know if it will impact anything, what does +1 penetration mean to an attack?
If the armor value and the penetration value get compared.
Okay. Because
so-
technically my melee attack had +1 penetration.
Okay. And the monster doesn't have armor, so it doesn't come into effect. If it had armor, I'd compare it and see if it could do an armor saving throw.
This means you're inside of him for a minute.
just a minute. 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
All right, Tats, what do you got?
So, gonna try again with that hand cannon.
Yes.
Charge it up. And boom. There we go.
That's a hit. Roll me damage. And I assume you're adding your trick to that with influence die.
Yes.
Awesome. Come on, guys. You're turning it around here. Clutch. All right.
And then roll. Now that's my last influence that I have, I think, until it rests.
Nice. All right, so that's what? Total of 11 damage. It is not looking good. It is now coming down. We're going to have it come down now back onto the ground. It's unable to maintain its flight as all these attacks are successfully landing. Tats, are you going to move at all, or are you standing your ground?
Tats is probably... It's been hit with that blow now. So it's going to want to come to me.
Yep.
So I am not going to move. Tats can... That blast seems to hit, and it's almost like it... As the spiritual smoke clears, it wraps around its head and solidifies in familiar tattoos that kind of focus him towards Tats.
Awesome. Okay, that's great.
So he's going to stay where he is, so he has to move to him.
Beautiful. Okay. That brings us to the monster. As the tattoos wrap around and focuses its sight on Tats, it's kind of landed on all fours, its arms growing slightly longer, its legs, as the wings almost shrink and smoke away, its legs and arms extend and start reaching, and it's going to start just crawling on all fours towards Tats. Not before it sends out another burst of flame that activates the sprinklers in the whole system. But on the spiritual level, it feels as if acid rain is pouring down on you guys. So, everybody roll a dex save, and I'll need one saving roll for George.
I figured.
Yeah, George, come on.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, he can get out of the way. Oh, man. Tats is just in the fight. It's happening. Okay, Chiba too. All right.
TPK.
Oh, it's only one point of boiling water damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Not too bad. However, the creature is now moving at an incredibly fast pace. I'm going to give it a yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I appreciate the roll, but if I take damage, isn't that just an automatic failure on a death save?
Well,
I don't roll.
That's fair enough. I was thinking that it's spiritual realm stuff, but sure, we can make it that. It's supposed to be like a kids show
instead.
Yeah, it's your willpower itself, right, to maintain.
I don't know that I can edit my successes and failures.
Well, it's fine.
That's okay. I'm 1-1.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Inspiration for that, sir. Let's see. Okay, so we're getting an attack. It is at disadvantage as it had to leave Principal Riker's threatened area. We won't worry about attacks, but we'll give him disadvantage on the attack. Ooh, nat 1.
A 1 and a 20.
That's crazy. Yeah. All right. It's crawling, and it actually, in the slosh itself, it actually slips, and it's going to be kind of sliding prone at Tat's feet with that nat 1.
Okie dokie.
Picturing Tats staring at his feet like,
Yes. So, George, what we'll say then is now you have 2 successes. That was your second death saving throw on your turn that you already rolled. We'll call that success. You may have an ability that means you're back up. Is that correct? Or you're stabilized? I thought you only had to do 2, but maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
I've got a thing where if I'm in a wreck with a vehicle, I take half damage.
Okay. So George is close to stabilized, and Chiba, it is your turn.
I'm thinking she might try and use the ice to her advantage and try and slide on her knees up to George.
I love that. Roll me an acrobatics.
God, I hope it's not in that one.
What?
So close.
It's not a net one though.
So should be prone when she gets there.
Yeah, I think I like that. She can still do the heal, but she will be
does this-
prone.
She goes to the slide, but instead overbalances and falls straight over as she does it.
Yes, it's more like sliding into home in baseball.
Yeah. Uncontrollably flailing her arms.
Slamming into the unconscious form of George. All right, go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
George takes damage again. He's dead.
He's
Can I use my
dead.
inspiration from earlier when we did the medicine check?
Say that again?
Can I use my inspiration from earlier with the medicine check?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Click that on medicine. What does inspiration do?
Gives you advantage on the roll.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a 20. Nice. That is successful. So now, George, you coming back, you can roll your hit die and add your constitution to that, and that's how much you heal. Nice. And then a 24 so high, we'll add a +2 to that. So make it 6 total heal.
Okay, so 8 damage.
Get up, you moron.
Hey, what's up, Dusty Books?
You know, not falling off of Zambonis.
I love the quips during battle. That's beautiful. All right, Tats, you got a monster at your feet.
All right. Well, at first, Tats, when the acid came down, it was like he started to freak out for a second, and that one and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that anger that flashes, it was like a freak out, and there was extra anger in it. And when that creature comes right up to him, he just turns all that anger down, puts the barrel right in its face, and is going to try and... There's not focus action, is there? But
No, not
Yeah.
really, but I like the flavor.
but it's
on that.
prone. That's a advantage, right?
I think so. I mean, you're
That's
putting
it.
in
That's all you
its
have to say.
mouth.
I think so.
I think
Yeah.
so.
All right. So we're gonna roll with advantage. Nice.
There we go. That's a hit.
And 4.
Ooh, so close.
Ooh.
4 damage.
Yeah.
It kind of bites in and is like gnawing it, and it shoots out part of its fire mouth on the side, but you didn't get that nice, right, straight to the head shot through the mouth that you wanted.
All right.
Means it's the monster's turn. And it's going to attack Tats. It's gonna... I don't think it's even gonna get up, actually. It's just clawing and flailing. So I think it'll be at disadvantage on the attack as it's prone. Ooh, that's a miss. And it gets to attempt one more attack. Ooh, that's going to be another miss. Tats with the moves. Very
Yeah.
nice.
MC Hammer over here.
Yeah. I
George.
think Tats is just
Yeah.
with him biting on that. It's like pushing back and forth, and he's able to read its moves a little bit as it's doing that, even though they're both incredibly angry at the moment.
Yes. All the tattoos glowing, the fire. All right, George. Welcome back.
Yeah, so yeah, he's thanks Dusty Books, and then like hits the ice, and because in the spirit realm, and it just goes from prone to just standing up, and I'll move as close as I can, which I guess is probably half movement to stand, and then 15 or whatever.
Yeah, it's a little difficult terrain. We'll call it 10.
But not for me, because I live on the ice.
But it's sloshy. It's not solid ice anymore. Everything's melting and sprinkler system's going off.
And I'm going to throw my weapon because I have the hurl, which lets me throw at double range.
Yeah, dude.
So I am going to just hurdle it.
Pat's duck.
And I get a +2 with payback against somebody who's damaged me since the end of my last turn.
Yes. All right.
I'm guessing this is a normal roll. Oh, I got inspiration.
You do have inspiration, yeah.
So I'll wait. What? Oh,
Spend it all. Spend all the resources.
There we go.
Oh,
Natural
okay.
20.
That's what I'm talking about. Critical. Roll me your critical damage.
So Tats is dancing around with this thing, sees George wind up and throw, and he kind of positions the thing right up there.
So 14 damage altogether, adding my 1d6 once per round.
Nice. Oh, beautiful. All right. How does it look, guys? Like, Tat's reaching up, and the hockey stick just goes through it, through the head. So Coach Sammy is kind of floating inside of that fire demon, and the hockey stick comes in. Does it change shape or anything, or do you just let it be raw hockey stick going through?
I think, is there a traditional Canadian thrown weapon?
Well, we talked about it being
know.
him having Native American blood and it being shaped,
Okay.
flavored like a war
That's
club.
true. Yeah.
The first result on Google is shrunken. I don't think that is a traditional Canadian weapon.
It's cold up there.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's one of the it like transformed from, because of course it transformed from a hockey stick into what was it that you guys were calling it?
War club.
Yeah,
They have that
to a
arch
war
in it like
club.
a hobby stick.
Yeah, and when he throws it, I think it transforms again to be in a more optimal form for that, and it just end over end crushing, because it's more of a crushing blow.
Yes. As it slams into the fire demon, Coach Sammy's body kind of slowly falls out and lands on the ice, which is now starting to harden again, and the sprinkler system, still going though, is standing there. The demon is moving and spasming and rising up into the air. What does it look like for you guys as a team? This will be the last thing. It's just flavor. How you guys banish it back to the spirit realm where it belongs.
I want to say Chief just unloads the 500 Magnum into it.
Just empties the clip.
It's
No
it's
chances.
like it floats up, all the pieces of it float up spiritually, and she's just like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Julian pull out the 38 special one and unload that one too. Like, nah.
I love that so much. Every time it tries to reach and claw part of it, it just shatters. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think George like runs in, sliding on the ice as if he was wearing skates, pulls the club out, and then just starts like bashing it some more.
Knocks the head into the goal.
Yeah,
Brutal.
the score.
You're like hitting parts of it up, and Chiba's just pot shotting it. Tats, what are you doing?
that's letting them have their fun. He's really angry at something.
Mm.
And so he just kind of walks over the last little bit he walks over towards Sammy, who's Coach Sammy, who's there. He points his cannon at right near him, and then shifts it just to the side to hit that last little bit.
Beautiful. The portal that had been opening, rather than unleashing hordes of more demons, now sucks in the shattered, broken, disassembled demon spirit that you guys had faced.
Pulpy pieces.
It's just like a vacuum, just sucking it up and seals itself back over. Your sight in the spiritual realm starts to fade as you all feel the exhaustion of what you've just been through. And Coach Sammy...
And Riker's no longer there. Was he even there in the first place?
Oh,
Was
I
it all
love
just our
that.
imagination.
Absolutely.
Oh, he skulked away while we weren't looking.
He pulled a tuxedo mask. Oh no.
That's so good. You guys are left with Coach Sammy. He's unconscious and kind of mumbling. You know that most people, when they've come back out of it before, when you've done this, that they don't quite have a clear memory of what happened. What do you guys do for Coach Sammy as your last act? Do you set him up?
Eva's going to come check him out medical wise, but she's going to be really off balance trying to step along the ice without slipping. Actually, hold on.
Tats would suggest that we take him maybe to his car or something like that so that he wakes up and not see us.
She falls over twice.
I love that. And it's just the awkward slow, like she goes into a split at one point.
Yeah.
Should we leave him on the ice by the scene?
Just leave him to wonder what happens when he wakes up.
Well, I'm sure his car's got to be out in the parking lot, eh?
It's a Zamboni with a giant bullet hole through it.
Well, I mean, if we leave him here, it might be better for us. We don't want to blow our cover because, you know, old Dan knows that I, was going on a date in here. So
Nice.
Leave him to defend himself with no information.
yes.
Oh, that's so good. So as you guys leave the scene, we kind of pan out to this a slight montage of what's
But we also leave maple syrup because he got high on maple syrup.
All right, well done.
I don't know if I'd say well done, but it was done.
You know me. Hold on, I got it. There we go.
There it is.
As you guys leave Coach Sammy with his maple syrup and the smoking Zamboni, the schools closed down for a couple days as a second vehicle has seemingly spontaneously combusted, and Mush's dad, the mounted Mountie, is opening up an investigation in the school. Things will be very interesting for the Guardians going forward now, with a lot more eyes on the school as strange things are starting to happen. Meanwhile, we get one shot of Dr. Gustafar standing somewhere off where he could have seen the whole scene, the whole battle play out, adjusting his glasses one more time as his eyes shift.
I will have my day. Guardians. Believe me.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Do. And we come to the end of the one shot. Well done, you guys.
I think as a last.
Yeah, go ahead.
As a last little thing for Tats, he would be, maybe we'd all leave and we're beat up, but we're happy, and we got a couple days off. So he spent that time in his garage, and he's finished up some kind of adjustment on the Harley, and he kind of is whistling to himself as he does, and he goes, and it starts.
Yes. That's great.
Shiva will be looking around for that book that she left inside the rink with the bookmark in it, and then freak out when she remembers. Like, oh no, I've left evidence.
Ooh, that's awesome. I love that. Any last scene for George?
Yeah, as George is going on a date with Mush, he looks over and says, "So I asked the maple tree why it wanted to be made into syrup, and it replied, I sap ort the decision."
She rolls her eyes, but she does laugh. That's awesome. Oh, man. Thank you all for joining. We got 25 people watching. Thank you guys so much. This was in Everyday Heroes. It's an 5th edition variant for modern settings from Evil Genius Games. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Great Mustache, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
This was a blast. This is our last patron monthly live game stream. We will be having something in February with some special guests. that we'll be doing, including Scrat from a Squirrel Plays. You can check him out on YouTube. But before I do our official sign out, Mr. Mustache, what's going on with Open Legend RPG? Anything of import?
I am continuing to, well, I've almost got the wiki back up and running. Well, I say back up and running. There'll be a wiki running, but I don't know that any of the old data is salvageable on it. But so that should be up and running soon. I'll be doing an update to the store website in preparation of getting print on demand working. So for which will help get the core rules back in print that way, as well as some of the smaller adventures and stuff you can potentially now get in print form too.
Oh, that's awesome.
And layout work is getting ready to start for an adventure that's been ready, but I hadn't gotten done. So that's the Trash Pandas that may have been talked about before.
Yes.
So that might be coming out soonish.
Ooh.
That's awesome. If you guys don't know, Great Mustache is the owner-operator of Seven Sphere Publishing, who has Open Legend RPG, openlegendrpg.com. All the full core rulebooks are there. You can check out our show on YouTube for Bomb Squad, where we have been playing a long campaign. We're coming up on the end of it, actually, in the next few months in Open Legend. Love that system. And, I should shout out real quick. Mustache sent me these, which are Legend points, and they're bottle openers. So we may give away one or two of these to our supporters.
Those are perfect.
It's so good, isn't it? So check out openlegendrpg.com. And thank you, Mustache, for joining, as always, my friend.
Always happy.
And Mr. Adam, where can people find and support you, sir?
Well, they can find me where they can find you, I think. Rumble and YouTube. We also have a BitChute for the Interplanar Crossroads, for those of you that are new to me. And that's where you can find the TTRPG stuff. I do ministry also, if you want to look at the Gentle Voice TV on Rumble or YouTube. So both of those, you can touch base with us. We do, let me see, the next thing coming out. What just came out this week was the pet game. So we talked about pet games. So that was fun. And then next week we have one of our specials that we recorded that will be coming out. How your faith has influenced your game. So there you go.
Ah, awesome. I'm looking forward to those. And Lulu, thank you again for joining. I believe you have
I'm glad to be here.
You have a dwarf character coming in our Kingmaker campaign, right?
Yes.
I'm very
At least,
excited.
I believe I made that. Yeah.
I believe I made that.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what race I made him, but yeah, no, we tested out his critical damage. I think it was like 39 for like level 1 or something.
Yeah, dude.
Or 40 something. It was like, oh, that's insane. I'm like, yeah, but I have to roll that critical first.
Yeah. That totally balances out from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I had to shout that out because Lulu is one of our awesome supporters, and we are starting the prep work for our Kingmaker Westmarch style campaign in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So if you become a supporter, that's one of the rewards you get in there is joining the game. Lulu is going to be a part of the main story mode, the main campaign with the Sword Lords, and there's going to be some mercenaries who do side quests and settlers that run the play-by-post that builds the kingdom. I'm really excited for that. Jacob, of course, newly father. Yeah.
Come join my mercenaries and watch my goofiness as I fail to shoot things.
Yes. Join the team. We are very excited to see how it happen. And thank you guys again. This has been another fantastical episode of AV Epochs and our themed monthly collaboration with the Interplanar Crossroads, January Jaunt. Don't forget to hop over, like Adam said, to Around the Hearth and check out those episodes where we talked about these concepts and used some of them in the game today. Do give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to follow the adventure. You can further support us and become a part of the ever-growing forest known as Avenue Studios by joining our locals and Patreon community. Doing so not only helps us continue to create high-quality content, but you will also gain access to bonus content, as well as our private Discord, where you can see Magoose and so much more, and join in the Pathfinder Kingmaker campaign, Discord-wide campaign. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for the sound, music, and ambience that we use, as well as Evil Genius Games, Everyday Heroes. And thank you so very much for joining the adventure. We will see you next time. All right, bye.